So, whoopsie, I wound up getting 5 more books. Let me go through these briefly. Again, if any of these pop with the audience and you want to see me review one of them in particular, I might be able to front load that. But here we go. Combat Sports in the Ancient World. So this looks like it's dealing more with, Greece, Rome, and the Near East. Among other things, it has full chapters on wrestling, pankration, stick fighting, and boxing. But it also has chapters on things like participation in Greek combat sport, metaphor, myth, and reality, the nature and purpose of combat sport. So this is going to be a lot more of an academic text. I can already take a look at the notes, the end notes, and I'm glad that he's providing citations. So, okay. I'm getting into more... When I get into things that are not entirely book reviews, I like having good sources. This looks like... I'm not used to having the camera at this angle. This looks like it's going to be a good source for some of the other stuff that I get. Some of the other videos I do. Workouts from Boxing's Greatest Champs, Volume 2. I actually was gearing up to do Volume 1. And those of you who've paid attention to my socials, you'll probably know, like, early last year, I shared a picture of, I'm doing outlines for the following books, and that was one of them, Volume 1. I didn't know Volume 2 existed until I was, like prepping to do the review for Volume 1. And it was like, let me look up the author, because that's something I do for my reviews. And it took me to his website, and it showed this. And because of the nature of the first book, I considered that if the second book is in similar format, I might as well do 2 books in one review. So I didn't get around to reviewing the first book, because I didn't know how similar this would be. Now that I've got them, there do seem to be a lot of similarities. But anyway, once I do the review, it'll be for both books in a single review. Traditional Taekwondo, Core Techniques, History, and Philosophy. So, Taekwondo is an area that I haven't fully explored. I think I talked about it in one of my Tangent Tuesday videos about why I have more of some style than others when it comes to my library. Taekwondo, fairly or unfairly, in my head is just, I don't mean this literally, but a rip-off of karate. Like I said, I don't mean it literally, but because of that, because it's so similar to karate, it has a lot of roots in karate. I sort of underexplored it. So this, should be pulling him on this side, I guess. This has a lot more in things like, history and philosophy than a lot of my other books on Taekwondo. So, and I recognize the name of the author. I don't know... Do I have any of his other books? I'm not sure. But because of that, because it's got a lot more in-depth on like the cultural aspect of it, I'm looking forward to getting to this. Kung Tao Jiu-Jitsu. I was sort of on the fence about getting this, but it's over 300 pages, and it seems to be trying to cover a lot of ground. Of course, Kung Tao is Malay version, or Indonesian, I'm not sure, of Chinese martial arts. But it promised everything from like self-defense to sport fighting, and I was like, okay, let me check this out. So yeah, Kung Tao, Southeast Asian, Jiu-Jitsu, Japanese. All right. Because of that, I was skeptical. I think sometimes we get too caught up in the idea of authenticity of style, things like lineage and all that. I think historically those things are sort of important to trace. Okay, we can say that, Kyokushin and Wado-ryu have some of their roots in Shotokan, for example. And I think historically that's fun to know. It's important in some respects. When it comes to the practical side of fighting, lineage doesn't matter. If you can show me that your stuff works, I don't care what you call it or where it comes from. I mean, the historian in me kind of does, but again, for practical purposes, it's unnecessary to have all that. Anyway. Marine Corps Martial Arts Program. Full-size edition, complete and unabridged. The thing is, I think I may have this on PDF. I do appreciate having a hard copy of it put out by the Carlisle Military Library. And I think at some point I'm actually going to compare MICMAP to the Modern Army Combatives Program, because I do have PDF resources for that. I haven't really done a whole lot of military combatives stuff. I do have a whole section in my library, like, it's probably down here. I'm basically sitting on top of it. But yeah, I have a whole section on military combatives, but outside of American Combat Judo, I don't think I've done anything. And even then, I don't know if that was officially adapted as a combatives program, even though the instructor did, work with the military. So, this is an actual combatives book, and I've been meaning to get around to doing those, because I have a bunch of older manuals on PDF. A lot from World War II, several predating that. Anyway, so if any of those stand out to you, it'll probably take me longer to get to the combat sports in the ancient world one, just because of the nature. It's going to be dense. It's going to be mostly text, and I am actually, like I said, it's not going to be in this bat. I've just done like a dozen recordings. The Workouts from Boxing's Greatest Chance Volume 2. Again, I'm going to blend that in with Volume 1, sort of revise my outline for that. That'll probably be in my next batch of videos. But all that to say that it's not going to come out this month, or probably next month. But yeah, if any of those stand out as looking interesting to you, just, let me know. If I have enough people showing interest in a particular book from this group that I just picked up, I'll go ahead and incorporate that. So try to put it more front and center. I do have a few, specifically some outlines that I'm working on now. I've almost completed all the outlines that I've done, but I will be gearing up to do the last of Jeff Thompson's Reel series in the next couple of months. So there'll be one more series done, and then we'll have another vote to see what series comes after that. That's things. These are the new books in the library. Like I said, if any of them stand out, sort of nudge me in that direction a little bit, and I'll get to it a little bit sooner. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.